So I want to take a look at a recent mock draft done by The Athletic. I'll leave the full mock draft in the description down below if you want to check it out. But The Athletic brought together all of their different beat writers for every single team and then did the whole mock draft. And so here's who the Packers got in this mock draft. It was done by Matt Schneidman, athletic reporter for the Packers. Number 25, Green Bay Packers, Nate Wiggins, cornerback, Clemson. Carrington Valentine held his own as a 7th-round rookie last season after the Rasul Douglas trade, but the Packers might need a better starting outside cornerback outside Jair Alexander for new defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley. Even if they're comfortable with Valentine starting, nickel cornerback Keyshawn Nixon is a free agent. At the very least, Green Bay needs better depth, in part because it can't count much on 2021 first-round pick Eric Stokes after he missed the majority of the last season and a half with injuries. Here's what Brugler says about the 6'2", 185-pound corner. Wiggins moves with quiet, controlled feet/hips to seamlessly transition out of breaks and accelerate to top gear, and allowed only one catch of 20-plus yards last season on 41 targets. I do think with the Packers, two of the biggest needs are safety and corner, so I like the move to take a cornerback in the first round. And just as Matt Schneidman noted, there are some uncertainties with some of the Packers cornerbacks. Of course, Rasul Douglas got traded away, and when you look at Keyshawn Nixon, he is going to be a free agent. He may or may not be back. He, of course, is a slot corner. Looking at Nate Wiggins, he spent pretty much all of his time playing outside corner, outside of 10 or 15 snaps in the past couple seasons at slot. And so he's a big outside corner at 6'2", 185 pounds. And if we look here at NFL Draft Buzz, they basically put together all these different sites where they rank them. They put the overall average rank. And so their overall rank is 25.1 for Wiggins, position rank number 3 at cornerback. And you can see PFF has him ranked the highest at number 9 overall, and it slowly progresses upwards here to DraftNet has him all the way down at 80. And if we look at PFF, some of their stats for him last season, 2023 in college, he only allowed a completion percentage of 43.9%. He had 1 touchdown allowed and 2 interceptions, and a passer rating allowed of 44.4 allowed. And then I also have here a draft profile scouting report from Charlie Campbell of WalterFootball.com. So here's more of his pros. As I cover corner, there really isn't anything that Wiggins can't do. He is fast, athletic, long, and fluid. Wiggins is superb at preventing separation and staying in the hip pocket of receivers. Wiggins is fast with serious twitchy. He can carry verticals, and his twitch can be seen in his crazy burst to accelerate in an instant. There is no doubt that Wiggins has the speed and agility to run the route and keeping wideouts from getting open. He does an excellent job of staying in phase and not having false steps to allow distance to develop. Wiggins can flip his hips and run along the sideline while using his length and athleticism to close with impressive recovery skills. He can handle big receivers or speed receivers while showing the ability to play press man, off man, or zone. Wiggins is a very fluid mover, which lets him run the route and prevent separation. Then here are some cons. Sources say there are some flaws with Wiggins, primarily being a lack of physicality. He is skinny, so he could get pushed around some by big pro receivers, and his lack of physical play is a problem in run support. Given his frame and lack of physicality, Wiggins could have some struggles with tackling NFL running backs. Perhaps Wiggins could add some strength and weight in a pro strength and conditioning program. Wiggins also could stand to cut down on grabbing at the top of routes to avoid some penalties at the pro level. And as I said, Wiggins is 6'2", 185 pounds, a little bit taller than your average Packers corner. Jair's 5'10", 186. Carrington Valentine's 6 foot, 189. Eric Stokes, 6 foot, 194. Rasul Douglas was 6'2", or is 6'2" on the Bills, but he was at 209 pounds. So that's a nearly, 25-pound difference between Rasul Douglas and Nate Wiggins. Just sort of, put the kind of player that Wiggins is into your mind. And so as Campbell said here on Walter.com, he may need to bulk up a little bit to be able to be a more physical tackler when it comes to the running game. But I do, as I said, corner, definitely a need. If Eric Stokes was fully healthy and we could trust him, I'd say that it would be less of a need. But because of the injuries he's dealt with the past couple seasons, his inability to stay on the field, we just don't know if coming into next season, will he be healthy? Will he be able to stay ready for this defense? Who knows? Maybe not. And I do think that bringing competition into the corner room could just help. If Carrington Valentine keeps taking strides forward, I think he could be a solid outside corner, but I definitely think the Packers need to add some more bodies here to corner. Corey Ballantyne's a free agent, may not be back. Keyshawn Nixon, also free agent. He may also not be back. So I think corner is definitely a need. But that's all I have for this one. If you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.